Hello, everyone, and warmly welcome to our Happiness Uncovered series. And I'm so happy that today I'm having my Monika Lejman. She's the women's wellness wizard, and I'm very happy to have her here today because I've been into her coaching and she's been doing amazing results with me. I'm a coach myself, a happiness coach and a wellness inspirer, but we have this amygdala here, and that is the reason why we all need a coach because we are blind to see the things in our lives.
I agree.
Yeah. So one funny thing is what happened in this coaching was that I have never actually liked to dance. I mean, it's like, it's not for me. I don't even want to learn this. But now in this coaching, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm so happy doing this. Yeah. And finally, if you are a woman in your menopause, you know how difficult it can be to lose weight. But I have finally started losing weight and feel more fit and better.
You look amazing, Peter. You look amazing.
And the third thing is that one of my favorite quotes is that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And there was this period during this coaching that happened one event which caused a trauma woke up in me,
hmm
and it was all of a sudden. And
hmm
at the perfect time, I had one-on-one meeting with this beautiful lady, and the relief was instant. I mean, it
Oh,
was instant. And I mean, oh, so warmly welcome, Monica.
thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited to do this with you, and I'm excited to talk about this topic, which is very, very dear to my heart. So awesome.
Yes, so thank you. So, can you please share a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to focus on menopausal women?
All right. This is a really good question, and I'm going to try to keep it very short. My background is from the world of dance. So I am an educated dance teacher with a bachelor degree in classical ballet. I have a master's degree in Polish folk dance. And then later on in life, I got into the world of fitness, where I took my personal training certification. I became a master trainer for a company called Zumba. And then on top of that, I started to understand that there's more to life than just movement. Movement is amazing, but there's so much more to you than just movement. So I went and took my yoga teacher training certification. I became a rapid transformational therapist. And during that time, I was also working with women on how to create more balance in their life. This is how it started. And the more I was working with the women, I understood that there is a key aspect in it that has to do with perimenopause and menopause, to why so many women are suffering, whether it's depression, whether it's psychological, physiological, emotional. Perimenopause and menopause is a huge key to this. And I decided, you know what? I need to take this one step further. Let's get that menopause certification and let's do it. And this is what we're doing now in Menopause Secrets. So we are helping women to feel more whole by addressing the body, the mind, and the heart throughout the process of coming into perimenopause and menopause in a holistic way, without HRT, without any patches or pills or creams. That is the foundation of Menopause Secrets.
That is so awesome what you have in here. I mean, it's pure gold. If
Thank you.
so, can you please tell me that what emotional challenges do you think women most commonly face during this time, menopause, and why do you believe it's important to address them for a holistic perspective?
Mhm. This is a really good question, and I'm going to be honest. One of the biggest reasons why women are feeling the way that they're feeling is because we're indoctrinated to be a certain way. We're conditioned to be mini versions of men. And we women, we have a 28-day hormonal cycle. Men have a 24-day hormonal cycle. During our 28-day hormonal cycle, we go through 4 different phases, meaning that you can be 4 characters in a month.
Yeah.
And women get very misunderstood because of this, because we're conditioned. Are you on your period again? Are you PMSing again? And then, of course, comes the challenging aspect when you hit your late 30s and your 40s. Your body starts to change, your visual starts to change, and you just feel like, oh my gosh, there is this pressure on me to stay young, to stay beautiful. And all of a sudden, your body is working against you and not for you. There's so many changes that happen, and this affects the emotional and the psychological aspect of the women. And one of the reasons that I say to women that you need to work through it in a holistic way is because your body is telling you through the symptoms that you're going through, something is off balance. Maybe you've lived a life where you've had a crazy lifestyle. You've eaten a lot of junk, a lot of processed foods, drank a lot of alcohol, being in constant stress mode. Of course, that's going to come and bite you in the tushy now, right? Because this is a time of transition and change for women. And this is the time for us to go inwards and listen to our bodies. If we don't do that, then those symptoms are going to come up to tell us, hello, I'm here to make you listen. Hello, I'm here to tell you that something is not right. And the holistic way is going to help you get to the root cause of why you're dealing with it. Not just a quick patch or a pill just to take it away for the moment. And then later on in life, you're stuck with Alzheimer's because you never got to the root cause of the matter. So that is why the holistic approach is so important. You need to get to the root cause. Otherwise, your body will take out its right later on in life anyway, whether it's for dementia, Alzheimer's, whether it's a chronic disease, it's going to come back and bite you in the tushy. This is my favorite saying.
Yes, so
Yeah.
this is so pure gold what you are talking about. I mean, I feel so sad when I see many women that asking that, is there a pill for this?
I know.
They don't even want to um, question.
Yeah, I know.
Just but
On Facebook, I'm part of many like menopause different type of communities, and in there was this woman today who posted, what do you ladies take to lose weight? And I'm like, how about you start eating correctly instead of thinking that there's a magic pill out there that's going to help you lose weight? Because that's what people think, right? That there is a quick solution to it. And when they understand that, no, it actually has to do with your lifestyle change, with what you eat, how you take care of yourself. And then they, oh my gosh, that's so much effort. And not everyone is ready for that commitment to take action towards their health unless they're in that last phase where they're dealing with a chronic disease or pain. And
yes,
it's so sad that it has to go until that point for women to take action on their health. Like you, it makes me sad.
yes, that is so true that it's unfortunate that many women think that they don't have the power to change, that this is something that they just have to live with.
Exactly, exactly.
But I wish that many women now question that belief and start
I
doing.
think more and more do actually. I can see the small changes, the ripple effect of women supporting women and women educating women, but it's going to take some time. I think it's going to take a few generations for the big shift to change.
Indeed, yeah. So, do you have anything to add to about when you talked about the holistic view perspective? That what comes to hormonal changes that influence our mental health during menopause, and what kind of mindset mindset shifts could help women through this transformation. Whoa, that was difficult.
No, it's fine. I completely understand. I always say one thing: menopause doesn't start in the ovaries, it starts in the brain. Actually, the brain is one of our biggest centers to why we are feeling the way we are feeling in perimenopause and menopause. So the hormonal changes that we go through, the connection is here. The ovaries are just one little thing, but majority of the connections of our hormones is up here in the brain. So when you're going through brain fog, where you're going through fatigue, when you're going through like bad clarity of mind and also having those crazy mood swings, it's actually your brain being affected. And the holistic approach here is to what you're feeding your body is going to feed your brain. So you need to start looking at what you're actually putting in your system. If you're living off of a nutrition that is basically processed foods and sugars, your brain is going to act like a zombie in zombie mode. And this is the biggest reason to why a lot of women are going through crazy mood swings, constant brain fatigue, and being, overwhelmed, overthinking, anxious, and anxiety. So the hormonal shifts and the hormonal changes are going to happen. In perimenopause and menopause, one of the biggest secrets is to actually learn how to balance your hormones. So I would say that the mindset shift that you're talking about and asking about, if you change yourself from going into victim mode to creator mode, meaning that you actually have the power to have control over your health instead of putting the power into someone else's hands, meaning that if you power yourself for knowledge, understand what your body is going through, take the time to learn about hormones and the hormonal shifts, take the time to learn about what you put in your body is going to affect your health. When you start doing this and when you start applying action, you're shifting yourself from victim mode into creating mode because you're creating a new life path for yourself.
Oh, yes. So please, ladies, you have the power, even though you think at this moment that you don't have, you have the
You have it. You have it. And believe me, I've been there crying on the kitchen floor, not having energy, or lying there in bed and just not wanting to get up, just feeling completely overwhelmed. I sat there in front of the computer, not knowing or remembering what task I was supposed to do. And it was driving me crazy, not remembering things or just being so tired all the time, not recognizing myself, because I've always been a very energetic person. And all of a sudden, I was this zombie, this mindless zombie, not knowing what to do with herself. Believe me, I'd done the crying too. But the moment came where I said, enough is enough. I don't want to feel like this anymore.
yeah.
I went to the doctor to ask for help. Well, the doctor laughed at my face when I told her that I think that I'm in perimenopause. This really frustrated me, but this also led me to take control over my own health. So I started to do a lot of digging. I started to learn about hormones. This is also when I decided to become the menopause coach and not nutritionist, because a nutritionist I already have, the natural path. And this is when I decided that I need to change the way that I am living. I need to change the way that I'm eating. I also need to change the way that I am exercising, because I've always been overtraining my body because of the background I have from the world of dance.
Indeed.
Mhm.
That's also a very important thing to all the listeners who are active on sports or yoga or
Mhm.
things like that.
Yeah.
So, uh, what do you think that how the nutrition influences how we feel during menopause?
Oh my gosh, it's like the first thing that we work on in Menopause Secrets. It's always addressing what we put in our bodies. So every client of mine is always put on an anti-inflammatory nutrition plan where we basically detoxify the body, detoxify the liver. So it can get rid of that high cortisol, which is your stress hormone. It can start shedding the excess weight that your body is holding on to because your body thinks that you're in fight and flight mode, right? And when it thinks that you're in fight and flight mode, it's going to hold on to that stored fat because it thinks that you're being basically chased by a tiger or something. You know, we always draw that parallel to the caveman, but there is a lot of truth to that. This is one of the biggest reasons why women can't lose weight in perimenopause and menopause, because the body is holding on to that excess weight because of stress. So stress management is also a big thing that we do. Nutrition is one thing, but if you don't get stress under control, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So anti-inflammatory foods, meaning no processed foods, no sugar, limiting alcohol, focusing on whole, real foods. Think of grandma, your grandparents' way of eating, right? Real foods, not getting the foods that are on the shelves, but getting the foods that are grown by the earth, right? So everything that is man-made is usually the processed food. Everything that comes from the earth, Mother Nature's foods, that is the foods that we want to address. That is the foods that we want to put in our system. And those are the foods that are actually helping women to balance their hormones during perimenopause and menopause. The next step for us is intermittent fasting, but intermittent fasting, not like a man, but as a woman. Again, I'm coming back to that hormonal thing, right? That men have a 24-hour cycle and women have a 28-day cycle. You cannot fast the same during your cycle. Even if you're not on a period anymore, it doesn't matter. Your hormones still have a cycle. So you need to fast differently depending on where you are in that cycle. And that's also how you're going to get rid of that excess weight through intermittent fasting, like a woman. So, what we put in our system, how we manage stress, and also not overworking our bodies, overtraining our bodies. I always say to my clients, because I've had so many clients, PIRJO, that come to me and they're like, oh, but I do cardio 5 days a week, and I do strength training, and I do this and this and this and that. And I just listen to them. And I'm like, you're just putting stress on your body. You're not 20 anymore. You're not in your early 30s anymore. Your body needs a different approach right now. You need to work with more relaxation techniques. We, again, need to bring that stress down. The best thing that's for the body when you're in perimenopause and menopause is actually strength training, taking walks out in nature, doing low impact cardio, like dancing, for example, that you enjoy. Yes. And then relaxation techniques like yoga, like Pilates. Those are the workouts that are going to benefit each woman in perimenopause and menopause.
Yes, and I want to grab one sentence you said,
Mhm.
that all the women at the menopause, I hope that you really implement the words, you are allowed to have more relaxed time. There is so
Rest is part of your life regime. If you don't rest, your body doesn't have time to rejuvenate, to recover, to recharge, so you can enjoy life with energy. It's all about balance in the end. But we're constantly conditioned by the system to be productive, to go full on. Otherwise, we are too lazy. You know, I hate that word,
yeah,
lazy.
yeah.
There's no such thing as lazy. It's about choices that we do in life. And sometimes that laziness that women are feeling when they hit their 40s or 50s, that actually your body screaming for rest.
Yeah,
And we feel guilty that we're taking rest. But rest is actually what your body needs to get rid of that high stress cortisol hormone.
indeed. That is
Mm.
so true.
Yeah, yes.
Then some women feel like a sense of identity shift or loss, like
Mhm.
my life is over now, you know? So, so what do you think? How can this stage become an opportunity for personal growth and reinvention?
This is a beautiful question, and I'll tell you a little story. So, I had this one potential client who came to me and said, Monika, I'm afraid of aging. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my sense of self, that I'm going to lose my self-worth if I age. And it's like, because she's also in the fitness industry. And I said to her, my darling, aging is one of the most beautiful gifts that you have ever gotten because you get to draw another deep breath every single day that you wake up. And now that your body is shifting, your body is changing, this is the time for us again to go inward. It's a time for introspection. It's a time to look back and realize that, wait, I cannot keep doing the things I used to do as a 20-year-old, and that's okay. So it's acceptance. It's accepting the fact that we are constantly changing. Change is the only constant. And that's a beautiful thing because without change, that's not going to propel us up to growth. So I see perimenopause and menopause as a transition, as a transformation for personal growth, where you finally have the wisdom of life experience to go inwards and understand that your life is not about pleasing others. Your life is not about putting everyone else's needs first. It's about you creating a life for yourself that brings you joy, that brings you happiness. And guess what? When you do that, it's going to affect everyone around you as well. Your family, your loved ones, your friends, because you will be a better version of yourself. So get rid of that age shaming, that constant guilt tripping. No, just embrace it as a beautiful transition in your life. So I would say that that is the key.
Yes, indeed. And I feel that when I look at people and customers and all, the people many times think that they need to make others happy or other people need to make them happy.
Yes.
Indeed, it's starts from us.
Yes, it does. It
Like
does.
aeroplane, you need to put the mask first to yourself and then
Yeah,
others. It's
I
also
love that. But this is true. In order for you to be the best version for others, you need to take care of yourself first. Otherwise, you don't have the energy to take care of everyone else. That's the
indeed.
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. So please remember, ladies, that so do you have anything to add to the what is the key to building emotional resilience during menopause, and how can women start to cultivate in their everyday lives?
Mm-hmm. So I would say cultivate a practice in the morning to set yourself up for the day, whether it's a meditation, whether it's grounding, whether it's prayer. We're all different, right? Cultivate a gratitude practice where you are take time and be grateful for the things that you have in your life and do something for yourself to process through your emotions, whether it's journaling, whether it's going through some type of self-love course, whether it's you going through therapy, because a lot of trauma that is stored in your body is going to come in your 30s and 50s and tell you, hey, you didn't address the trauma in your life. It's time for you to do so so you can live and be the best version of yourself. So I would say any type of therapy, any type of self-reflecting practices, yoga, all of that is going to help you cultivate resilience for the future.
Indeed. Thank you, Monika. Do you have any final wishes or regards to our viewers?
I will say something. I'm going to say this with a lot of love. When I hit perimenopause, it was one of the worst things in my life. And I felt very, very alone. I'm going to tell you this, you don't have to be alone. There is resources out there, just like in the Menopause Secrets community. We have 3 resources out there that you can join. But if you're looking for one-on-one support to really address the root cause of why you're suffering in perimenopause and menopause, that's going to take action taking. So if you have that mentality that you're going to fix it with a patch or a cream or a pill, I'm sorry, that is not going to fix the root cause. If you take time and effort and commitment and investing in the root cause, understanding what you're going through, then you're setting yourself up for vitality and longevity instead of hitting that, I don't know, Alzheimer's, dementia, joint pain, because that's what's going to happen. And PIRJO, this is what happens to women. If we don't deal with our perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms now and addressing the root cause, they are going to come in post-menopause as these diseases. It's a 90% chance. It's a very high chance. So this is why it's so important. Our bodies are telling us it's time for you to slow down. Our bodies are telling us it's time for you to finally commit to your health and to yourself. So ladies, it is worth the investment. It is worth the time, because we're not only talking about money here. We're talking about you investing in time and commitment in yourself. You're worth it. You deserve it. It's time to put your needs first. That's what I'm going to say.
Awesome, and thank you once more, Monika, for visiting my Happiness Uncovered series.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And ladies, I will put the info below this video on how you can contact Monika.
Yay! Please, please, please. And I'm going to say this, PIRJO is an amazing action taker. She's an amazing inspirational woman. I'm super happy that you're doing this little interview series, PIRJO. More women like you are needed out there. So give PIRJO a lot of love and support, and let's keep doing this. So let's support each other.
Thank you, lovely. Thank you. Bye bye, y'all.
Bye.